Hi, my name is Alan DeLespinesi. I'm demonstrating a product called Comp, which is a video editor, kind of. It's actually, video editing is a subset of what it can do, so we'll see it used in some other ways later. It also happens to be a collaborative web application. It runs in web browsers, and its look is not what it will be in the long run. It could really use a redesign from a good user experience designer. So if that's you, please get in touch. I'm going to start by showing some basic video editing. So I can add a clip. I can trim it. I can add another clip. And I can play that back. It's rendering in real time now. So if I want transitions, I can make these clips overlap, and then I add the transitions below them where they're overlapping. So we've got a crossfade, and then we'll have this cool spin zoom transition. Okay. So you're probably already starting to see that this is not quite a typical video editor, but I'm going to show you a couple other things before I let on what the real difference is. Here I'm going to add some text. See what that looks like. It's text. I'll add an effect, a blur effect. And when that's in effect, it's got text, and you see that I'll play it again. Both the video and the text are blurred because I added the blur effect below them. But I can also explicitly, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on the timeline. I can also explicitly connect the text effect to the blur effect. And now when it gets to that point, you see the text is blurred. It's actually very blurry. But the video itself is not. So that's what these little squares at the top and bottom of each of the clips are. They're inputs and outputs. Input at the top, output at the bottom. Data always flows down. So video is violet, audio is auburn, and these blue ones are cornflower blue, which is the best color I could think of that starts with C and look different from the others. Cornflower blue stands for control signals. I'm not going to do too much with those right now. But you can see this scheme provides a lot of power. You can do an awful lot of different combinations of things. For basic video editing, you don't need to connect things up. When an input is not connected, it gets its signal from either one of the clips above it or from all of them, depending on the context. The rules are pretty simple and they make a lot of sense. So whatever you see, of course, is what's coming into the outputs block here at the bottom. So you may have noticed there's an inputs block at the top also, which currently has nothing, no signals coming out of it. But here's an example, very simple. Got one input and one output, both of them video. If I play that, you see what's coming in the camera. It's me, hi! And then of course you can add effects to that. So I'm going to add a edge detector. This is all running in real time. In fact, it's running in real time in the browser. It's using WebGL to do its rendering. I can add a blur effect to the edge effect. So now we've got blurry edges. And now things start to get interesting. I'm going to rename this timeline blurry edges. And now, if I create a new timeline, I can put a clip in it, and that timeline I just created with the blurry edges, I can now use as its own effect on whatever clips or real-time inputs I want. So now we've got blurry edges from this clip that I just applied it to. So we've got practically a little video visual language here. And since it's all online, all you have to do is you can share any effect combination you make with your friends, or potentially you can sell them if we set up a app store sort of business model. Also, if you know how to write OpenGL shader programs, then you can add those as well and create effects out of that. In fact, all of these effects that we're using, the edge detector, the blur, the transitions, those are all created in this way as separate timelines in the editor. They're not built in to the program fundamentally. So I hope this introduction is enough to let you start imagining the possibilities. It's very powerful. It's very simple for how powerful it is. It's collaborative. It's user extensible. Future demos will hopefully show things like keyframing, using those control signal inputs we've got over here that are blue, audio manipulation, looping on the timeline, creating custom transitions, things like that. Thanks for watching.